What's up, guys? This is Sin and I'm back here with a new top 5, and today's top 5 is top 5 psychic types. You guys requested this 2 weeks ago, right at top 5 poison types, but you guys also said top 5 steel types would be cool too, so I did that last week. Make sure you go check them both out if you guys want to see the top 5s of my poison and steel types. But this week we're gonna do top 5 psychic types. Usually in my Let's Plays I haven't run with many psychic types, but they were still pretty powerful back when I was a kid, and these are my top 5 psychic types. This list was very hard to make for me. This was probably the hardest list I've had to make in a while, so get ready. So let's get on to number 5. Number 5 is a brand new mega that just came out for ORAS. It is Gallade. It's psychic fighting, which actually is a very unique typing in my opinion. I think it's only weak to a few Pokemon or types, but Gallade, I don't like Gardevoir, but I like Gallade. It's just the design of Gallade. It looks like such a badass, and it's pretty powerful too. I've never really ran with one, but I've seen people use it in a couple of their LPs, and it's done some work. It's done damage, and I'm more of a fan of the design. I haven't ran with many psychic types, but Gallade is just one of those that kind of like, you like it, even though maybe if you haven't ran with it before, you still kind of like it just because of the design. But I love Gallade. That's why he's number 5. Number 4 is Hypno. This is weird. I wasn't a big fan of Hypno until, you know, recently, and I took a look at all the psychic types too. I was, you know, it was kind of limited. Never really ran with many psychic types, like I said. But Hypno, that was one of the first psychic types I've ever ran in an LP in Pokemon. Because in the Leaf Green Nuzlocke that I did way back in the day when I had pretty much less than 100 or 1,000 subs, and even 500 maybe, but I ran with a Hypno, and it was pretty powerful until it unfortunately died. But it was still pretty powerful for me. It came through, even though it did die, but it didn't die in vain, so don't worry about that. But he was good during his time, and I also kind of like the design. It's kind of creepy, it's kind of weird, but I like weird stuff anyway, so I like Hypno for that reason. Number 4, Hypno. Number 3 is Executor. It's grass psychic, and this has been a victim of a couple of my top 5s, and it's pretty good for more of a grass type than it is a psychic type, but it's still pretty good as a psychic type. I like its typing, its uniqueness of its typing, grass psychic. I don't think there's any other grass psychics out there, so it is really unique. I really like it. You have to get a leaf stone to evolve it from Execute to Executor. I love it a lot. I think it's more of a special attacker. It's more of special, if anything. That's as far as I know. I'm not looking at the stats right in front of my face, but I think it's more for special. And I remember using one a couple of times. I think it was back my first ever LP. I had an Executor, and it was pretty good. So Executor is number 3. Number 2, and this was, I did not like this Pokemon at first, but after coming to terms with, you know, everything that happened when I used it, I've grown on to like it. It's Espeon. Espeon is, I had a top 5 evolutions, and now that I look back at that list, I would probably put Espeon in my top 5. Very offensive, very fast, but the only problem is it's very fragile. It's like glass. If you hit it, it's just gonna shatter to a million pieces. But anyway, I've really gotten to like Espeon, and it's weird because the first time I actually ever ran with an Espeon, not gonna lie, it was in the Platinum Egglock, and it was such a fucking beast. I just absolutely loved it, and it came through for me till the very end. I don't think it died, but I had to look again. It came through for me in the clutch, helped me beat the Platinum Egglock, and Espeon, you're slowly moving up that list of possibly not, I wouldn't say to be ever my favorite evolution, but you're moving up there. So I've grown on to like Espeon a lot, so that's why it's moved up to number 2 in the psychic types. Number 1 is Alakazam. Alakazam has a mega. It's so rare to get. well, you have to trade it to get it, but in like Pokemon LPs, unless you randomize it, you're not gonna get an Alakazam. You have to get it through trade evolution, and then a lot of people do get rid of the trade evos because a lot of people, well, a lot of PokeTubers like myself, they play on an emulator. They play on a Dasume or VBA, or even BGB, which is a Game Boy Color emulator that I had to use for Naturia for the second half of that Let's Play because it decided to fuck up on me. But that's not the point. Alakazam is really powerful for me. I've only used it like once when I was like a little kid, and it was so powerful. I loved it. It was just amazing. And it has a mega now. It's like 2 scoops, motherfucker. I think Swami had like a t-shirt design on his 2 scoops, and I don't know how many people have actually bought the shirt or not, but I loved the shirt. It was really creative in my opinion, and it's like Alakazam 2 scoops. That shit's funny to me. But back to my reason of Alakazam being number 1. He's just a beast. He's a god of psychic types to me, so he's number 1 for that reason. And that wraps up this week's top 5 on top 5 psychic types. Make sure you leave your comments on who you guys want to see, or what type you want to see next week for next week's top 5. We've gone through now, what, 5 of them? We still have like 13 of them to go. But also, don't forget that you guys get to leave your top 5 psychic types in the comment section below. Want to see your guys' thoughts, opinions. We all have an opinion here. We all have open minds, I would like to think. So respect each other's opinions. And until next time, my name is Sin, and I'm out. Peace.